Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Today I'd like to talk about the mission system and, well, I'd like to put forth some ideas of what I'd like to see in the future for the game. It's been quite a while since I've made a video like this one. I believe the last one I made was for exploration, and that going back quite a way now. So the idea here then is how I'd like to see the mission system expand. Right now it's pretty simple and you get some pretty basic missions, but it's way past time that I think Frontier started including the things like the megaships and the Thargoid bases into the mission system. The idea then of this video is to show an imaginary mission, how I'd like it to look at some point in the future. Who knows if these sort of tools will ever arrive, but let's take a look. Hello Commander, we have a special assignment for you today and would appreciate your secrecy on the matter. 2 days ago, one of our agents intercepted a transmission in the whatever system. Initial investigations show that the signal is at least a few centuries old and quite possibly much older. Your mission is to head to the whatever system to investigate and then retrieve any items of significance. So just as with any other mission, we've got our initial location to go to, or our initial destination. Once there, we need to find whatever's causing the signal for this particular mission. And the way we do that right now in the game is we fly within 1000 light seconds and the target will appear on the nav beacon, in this case the Guardian's base, or for this imaginary mission it would be a generation ship or perhaps a mega ship. At any rate, and that's the existing mechanics, but at some point in the future in this imaginary time we could see perhaps new mechanics for this. Now in Chapter 4 of Beyond there are some new exploration mechanics come in, and I do believe Frontier have hinted at the fact that they would extend into other areas of the game and directly affect other areas as well. For example, things like the mission system. Now for me, new exploration tools are one of the things I'm most excited to see for the future of the game, and something that's long been missing. My suggestion for such mechanics would be to extend them into the system maps, more importantly, or more specifically rather, to extend them into an Orrery map. Now there's some concept art right here, and these were shown by Frontier way before the game was even released. Unfortunately, they never actually made it into the game, but personally I feel they could make great improvements to the game in nearly every area, from trading to exploration and even to missions. So to get an idea of how that could actually work with the game, let's have a look at a functioning Orrery map, and to do that we can go to the website Elite Galaxy Online. So here we are then at Elite Galaxy Online, one of the best websites on the internet, at least as far as I'm concerned, especially when it comes to Elite Dangerous. And what this does, it's got a couple of tools here actually, but the one we're interested in is the Orrery maps. Explore our galaxy in the 3D Orrery view. So like I said earlier, the Orrery map was meant to be a pretty big thing for Elite Dangerous, and as yet, all these years into the development, we still haven't got any. Now there's two common criticisms cited against having an Orrery map. The first is, what purpose would it actually serve? Could the Frontier actually put something in and it have no useful purpose? So that goes against the idea of an Orrery map for many people. And the other thing is what you do with the larger systems. It's fine when you've got a system with 9 planets in, or 2, but what happens when you've got 46 or even 100, and what happens when the bodies within that system are separated by vast distances? Well, the website answers all those questions, and the video itself should hopefully answer what sort of function an Orrery map would have. Now, this hasn't got all the systems within the game, of course. There are 400 billion, but it has got 1081 entries, which is pretty significant. And what we're going to do is jump into Narashima here and have a look at how this could actually function. It's a very nice website. Let's jump into the Orrery view right now. And remember, all of this is done in browser. So yeah, pretty nice functionality and very nice graphics here. So this is exactly what I'd like to see in game. It hasn't got quite the graphical beauty of the Orrery maps from the concept art, but nonetheless it does look very, very good indeed and fits right in with the game. If this was in the game, even as it is right here, it would be a perfect match for all the other visual styles that are in there. So here we've got the main star, the A star, it's a class F star, and we got the bodies going around it. So the other point is I'd just like to raise is that by no means would I like an Orrery view like this to be automatically within the game. You'd have to go into the system and build this up by using various tools. So you jump into the system and use a bunch of different discovery tools, ones for stars, ones for planets, and so on, and you'd eventually use these to slowly build up a detailed Orrery map. And that Orrery map would then be a very valuable commodity. You could set it onto stations at Universal Cartographics, or you could use it for missions, or for mining, or for many other things. And as we zoom out here, you can see that distances within a system have no issue at all, and no problem at all when it comes to the Orrery view. And we can move over here a little bit, and we'll have a look at Narashima Sea, and we can actually view warp directly to the body. And here we go. So as I say, pretty darn impressive considering this is done inside a web browser. So when you're here, you've got all the information you can actually want, and I don't want to focus too much on this in this particular video because this is actually about missions, but it's actually too good to actually miss. So here we haven't got too much information at the moment, but again, if this was in game, my idea was that you'd be using tools to come over and collect this sort of information to actually build up the value and importance of what you've actually got within this system. And we'll have a look at one other thing here just before we move on to the concept of how this could perhaps fit into a new mission system. And C1, we've got a planet over here, and again we can warp directly to that. How nice is that? So we've got everything in here, and it's got all the orbital details involved as well. And if we were to speed it up here, that's 10 times faster. This is 100 times faster. We can actually start moving. This one looks like it's either not rotating. I don't know if things actually do rotate in the game or in the web browser tool here. I assume they do, in which case that might be tidally locked. Oh, it does rotate. It's just very, very slow. So the faster we go, it does actually simulate everything that it should be simulating, and you'll see very slowly we're moving around the central star there. And let's put that back to the default speed. So how would this work in the mission system? Or something that I'm proposing? Well, here it is. So essentially then, as we are flying around the system, not in the map but in the real space, we could deploy probes. These probes would then link directly into the Orrery map, and we could then manipulate the probes through the Orrery map to start detecting anomalies in space, as well as find the things we're actually trying to locate. So whether that's bases down on planets, whether that's unidentified signal sources, or maybe a lost or abandoned ships, whatever it is, this would be a way of finding them. The great thing with this is that it would start connecting all various types of gameplay together. Flying around, exploration, missions, and all the rest of it would actually serve a purpose, and it would actually mean something to go over and scan a planet beyond just getting a few details and a surface map. So then, back to this imaginary mission. Here at this point, one of two things have already happened. We've come to the system, and it's an already known system, like some of them we do already know inside the bubble, and we've already got all the Orrery details for it, or else we've had to fly around the system and collect as much detail as is necessary. Once we've done that, we've dropped off the probes, used the Orrery map to locate our target, and here we are. So it turns out that a megaship is the origin point of the signal that the mission was actually talking about, and this could equally be anything else. It could be a generation ship, a planetary base, or anything. It doesn't really matter. The point is that it would make use of assets that Frontier have lovingly created and spent huge amounts of time putting in the game. There would no longer be just random assets, but things that directly have a function and impact on the gameplay itself. So here, using the new megaship gameplay, we can interrogate the ship and pick up some information. After a long voyage, it's hard to believe this is the end. The ship has recovered power, but damage sustained to engines means we can no longer move. It all happened so fast, and even now I find it hard to believe. Thargoids. They appeared from nowhere and shut us down with some type of EMP blast. The ship, if it was a ship, it looked alive. Either way though, it seemed to scan us and then it simply left. Our navigation officer believes it was heading for the whatever planet or whatever system. That she was able to guess even that much without our systems fully working would always remain a miracle to me. So now we've got another destination to head to, and it's all interlinking with each other. Another system, another planet. Now we've taken a look at system-based discovery tools that I'd love to see within the game. Let's have a look at planetary discovery tools. Now I've shown these before and they've done the rounds on the internet quite a few times, but this is a concept for planetary scans. So the text from the imaginary mission from the megaship told us to go towards a specific planet, but now we're here. Where do we go on the planet? We don't want to go to some random coordinates or just fly around aimlessly. We want to be able to go to a specific destination, and this tool would allow us to do just that. Eventually, we locate an anomaly down on the planet, and it turns out to be a Thargoid base. Now here, there's a third layer of exploration tools. Again, we've seen the space-based ones. We've seen the planetary scans. For a third layer, it would be great to have basically low orbital scans or low level flight scans, and these could work as a heat map. I'm not no graphic artist, so bear with me with these, but it gives you an example or an idea of just how this could work. The heat map would give you specific locations of where to drive around when you're down in your SRV. And out in the SRV, we'd either collect data or an item of significance as the mission asks us to get, a MacGuffin or whatever you want to call it, and we can then take that back to the mission giver, and maybe we're getting interdicted or hyperdicted along the way, who knows. The point is that over the past few years, the galaxy for Elite Dangerous has expanded tremendously. We've got loads of new assets, loads of new locations to visit, and there needs to be a purpose to go to these beyond just the story of the week or the event of the week. Now, I'm by no means suggesting that Frontier should remove all the existing missions. After all, there's plenty of room to keep them, in addition to new mission systems like this. Of course, I'm no developer and I don't know the ins and outs of how Elite Dangerous works, so something like this may be impossible, or it may just be extremely difficult. But to me, the beauty of a system like this is that it interconnects various gameplay elements. With scanning systems like this and exploration systems like this, it could be used for missions, it could be used for purely exploration, and of course it could be used for mining or indeed even trading and everything else. It interlinks the game together in a way that we currently don't have. And again, just to reiterate the point, just think of all the various assets and areas that are now out there in the game. In addition to the ones I've already mentioned, there's crashed human ships, crashed non-human ships, human bases, guardian ruins, alien lifeforms such as the space pumpkins and brain trees, and many others that still haven't been discovered, and of course there's various nebula, not to mention fumaroles down on the planets, as well as the geysers. For the most part, none of these serve very much purpose within the game currently, aside from being nice locations to visit or to get a little bit of backstory or lore. But they're so good that they deserve something much better. They deserve to be a valid part of the gameplay loop. And it just seems only natural that they should integrate with the mission system. Anyway, that then is an idea of what I'd like to see in the future for the game. It would give the game some depth that's much needed, and, well, I think many people would enjoy it. If you've got any ideas or any other suggestions, then do let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.